Hey y'all, my name is Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Before I go ahead and start, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Today is going to be my second book review and my second video overall. I finished this book in about 3 days. And that book is Stealing Snow by Danielle Page. I don't know if you guys can see that. Here, let's go ahead and just cover my face. I really like the cover. I always have like a thing for covers, and this one you can, like, when you touch it you can feel it. It's almost, you can feel like the ridges of the mirror. You feel snow, like it's engraved. You can feel stealing, and it's a really nice cover, and I really like that. But this is really like a fantasy, almost sci-fi book. It's got like 372 pages, but as I was reading this, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I really gave it that because honestly it didn't really catch my attention. I'm the type of person who, when they read it, I read it in a day, and that's that, and I just keep going. This one, if it takes me more than 3 days, either I'm really busy or I just haven't gotten into the book, and I feel like this was just the book that so happened to not catch my attention. Overall, again, I give it 3 out of 5 stars. It is in first person, which is something that I really like that I didn't like in the first book that I did book review about. But this one I really like that it was in first person. However, again, it didn't really catch my attention. So this book is about a girl named Snow, and it's supposed to be, from what I hear, a retelling of the Frozen Queen. I'm not really sure, or the Winter Queen or something like that. I'm not really sure. I'm not really familiar with that story or that fairy tale, but I think that's what Frozen is based off of. But overall, it's a girl named whose name is Snow, and she's in an insane asylum, and that's pretty much been her home since she was like 5 or so. Well, in this insane asylum, she has this one guy, and his name is Bale, and they are best friends. And one day, they are, like in a secret place that they always go to, and they end up kissing, and he ends up doing something that makes them having to separate. After they're separated, it shows that, as the story goes on, it had been a year, and that's kind of where the story picks up. After that year, she finally decides that she's that she's had enough of the separation, that she needs her best friend, and to her, it's kind of like her boyfriend. So she goes and she kind of breaks into his room, and while she's in the room, she ends up talking to him, and they have a lot of fun, and he ends up being kidnapped. And so she goes into this world of Algid, and that's ends up being her, like, where she is originally from. And this is kind of where Kai is put in, the river witch. That's a tongue twister. The river witch. She finds, I don't know how to say her name. Gertie or Gerde? I have no idea. But then you meet Jagger, and you kind of meet him earlier on in the story. You have Magpie, you have the robbers, you have the king, the duchess, and you kind of just meet them all throughout the story. Again, I had to say that I wasn't really interested in it, although it was interesting, and towards the end I got really into it. But that was like in the last 2 chapters. But overall, I gave it 3 out of 5. It was still really good. I wouldn't be, dying to read the second one. However, I would read it solely because it's the second one and I really want to finish it. But that's done with the non-spoiler section. So I will give you guys a go ahead and a little head start and a little like 5-10 seconds, so that if you guys have seen it or have read the book or don't really care to read it and still want to know some spoilers, I will go ahead and start doing that. So let me just give you a couple seconds. Alright, you guys, so for those of you guys who decide to stick on so that you can see the rest of the spoilers, I'm not going to really spoil too much. But one of the things that I really, really enjoyed was the kind of like the romance. I feel like in the romance, it was very, it took a backseat. And that's something that with me, I really prefer that the romance be, you know, at least side by side with the whole action and with the whole rest of the story line. But this kind of took a backseat. And although I feel like for this book, it was a good idea to take a backseat with the romance, the one thing I didn't like was that it was kind of like, normally a triangle is, you know, the girl and then the two guys, or the guy and the two girls, or whatever. But this had 3 guys and 1 girl, so I feel like it's a square. But she's like, her eyes are really focused on Bale. And then she starts to kind of fall for Kai, who I was like so for. I really love Kai and Snow together. I feel like he kind of grounds her in a way. But then Jagger came in, and then I loved how he was just, even though he's a liar and, you know, he's a robber, it almost feels like when he talks to her, he's telling her the truth. And although there's some parts where it's like, you're a liar, like, why would you say that? Why would you not tell her? Whatever. I feel like it was just, you know, I kind of wanted Robert and her to be together. I feel like they have better chemistry than Kai. One thing that I really didn't like was that Gertie was a werewolf, or that she was a shapeshifter, and I didn't expect that at all. And I think that was one of the best things that I got to see, because I love my werewolves and I love my shapeshifters, and so to see that was part of the thing, or part of the storyline, I felt like I loved it. I loved how, you know, something that I really do enjoy was, you know, a part of it. One thing that I found really crazy was the Dutch. Well, this was like the second thing that I found really crazy. But the second thing that I found crazy was the Duchess, how it ended up being like her twin sister. I didn't expect that whatsoever. I feel like when it was the twin sister, I almost feel like I kind of took the storyline a little too far. But then at the same time, I was like, yo, that's what she needed. She needed a twin sister. And then to find out that, okay, so the king is crazy, and you kind of figure that out throughout the beginning of the story. But to find out at the end, like the last couple pages, that the mom was a part of it too. Like, are you crazy? Like, I kept thinking like about my mom, and I keep thinking like my mom would never be like, okay, don't kill her right now, you know? Like, that's not, what? Like, that's not part of like that's not mother's intuition. That's not what a mother should do. And so to me, it was just mind-boggling about the fact that what type of mother is just like, you know what? Don't kill her right now. Just wait. Like, and then she ends up trying to like have like, what? I can't even imagine. Like, I can't even like fathom, and I can't even like say. And that was like when I finished this book, I would like, that's when I was just like, wow. Like, maybe I should give it more stars. But then I was like, no. Overall, the book wasn't, you know, catching my attention. But that part was crazy, and I wasn't expecting that at all. I hated that she was so crazy and he was so crazy, and that they're trying to kill their daughter. But at the same time, it was like, what? Like, I honestly have no idea. Like, I honestly have no words for that. And then the river witch, I feel like she's crazy. But I don't know. I feel like when she got introduced, I didn't trust her to as far as I could throw at her. Like, I didn't trust her. But then what happened with the mom, and then what happened with the king, I was just like, I don't know who to trust anymore. And then how Snow pushed away Jagger. I feel like that was so like no, like he was there. Although he left you in the beginning, he was still there. You know what I mean? And another thing, I didn't really expect Bale to be the enforcer. Like, that was something that I didn't really expect. But at the same time, I expected it. I feel like it was a little cliche. But when he, like, jumped in the way of her being shot and it, like, looks like he's dying, I feel like that kind of, like, I wanted him to die. And I know this sounds really bad, because I know that the whole book is her trying to get him and take him back to the asylum and everything like that. But I really just want him to die so that her and Jagger could be together. Like, I'm so them. I need to find out their ship name, because honestly, let's see. Snagger? John? No, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think Snow and Jagger should be combined, that their ship name should be, or if they already have one, let me know at the comments. I feel like there's so much. Okay, another thing is I didn't like the fact of the character development. And the only reason I didn't like the character development was because Snow didn't really change throughout the thing. Although I loved how strong she was, and I love a good, strong male or female lead. But what I didn't like was that her priorities didn't change. Although she met everyone, and although a lot of people didn't deserve to be saved, I feel like after meeting the Duchess and knowing what she has sacrificed, and then after meeting Kai and Gertie, I don't know how to say her name, but after meeting them, I feel like, you know, to see that there's some good in the world, and then I feel like, I think me personally, well, I would hope that if it was me, I would want to go and I want to save my, you know, that's my kingdom, and although, you know, I may have not been, you know, born there and at least raised there, I feel like I would still have like some, like, at least some pity or something to like be able to go and save them. But she was just very focused on Bale, and I feel like I was really annoyed with that, because I really wanted her to be like, you know what, I got this, I'm gonna help you guys out, I'm gonna help my twin sister. And I didn't like the fact that she didn't really like her twin. Like, that's your sister. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't like your sister. But overall, those are kind of like the main spoilers. Although they weren't really spoilers, they still were. And I really hope that you guys like this. I feel like, you know, I'm starting to get better, but who knows. But let me know what you guys thought. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll keep you guys posted for the next video. Bye!